2022 is over, and you know what that means. More importantly than just forgetting all of the worst movies of 2022 and rewatching all of the best movies of 2022, I can look forward to all of the favorite movies that I want to see over 2023. And let me tell you, there is a lot of movies that I am just so excited for this year. 2022, as I said before, was already a really good year for film, but if 2023 manages to go along as I'm really hoping it does, it might actually outdo 2022. Oh my god, I'm just so excited. And in honor of that excitement, here are the 10 movies of 2023 that I am most excited for. My top 10 most anticipated movies of 2023. But before we get into that, of course, as is the usual, I do have some honorable mentions. Movies that I am definitely looking forward to, but maybe not as much as the 10 that I'm going to list. First up, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem. Now, I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up with it when I was a kid. The Michael Bay movies were not the best representation of any of the multiple different source materials that you could have named. But considering the fact that this is being brought to us by producer Seth Rogen, who is definitely one of Hollywood's biggest nerds, I definitely think we might be in good hands with this adaptation. But pretty much the same thing can be said for Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. I loved Transformers as a kid. The Michael Bay movies get crappier and crappier and crappier as they go along, but then Bumblebee came out and I loved Bumblebee, and this looks like it's going to be taking a lot of notes from Bumblebee in terms of how Bumblebee represented the G1 source material. And I've never seen Beast Wars, so I'm really hoping this really does open my eyes to just what many consider to be the best Transformer series. The Flash movie is just a film covered in so much controversy and has been pushed back time and time again to the point where a lot of people aren't even really anticipating this film anymore. But it is scheduled for a 2023 release, and being a DC fan, this is Flash's first live-action film. I have to see it. I liked the first Dune movie that came out in 2021. I didn't love it like so many other people, but I enjoyed it a fair bit to the point where, yeah, I'm on board for a Dune Part 2, definitely. Despite the fact that I own the entire collection, the only Indiana Jones movie that I have seen all the way through is Raiders of the Lost Ark, which definitely means that for the Dial of Destiny, I'm really looking forward to it, not just by the fact that I think the trailer looks awesome, but by the fact that I finally have an excuse to watch all of the Indiana Jones movies. I am definitely looking forward to all of those 5 movies that I just mentioned, but the next 10, I'm not just looking forward to them, I am just in my seat, just giddy with glee, counting down the days until their release date. Let's just do this. I love the first Willy Wonka movie with Gene Wilder. I think the Johnny Depp Willy Wonka is just okay, but an origin story, which has been dealt before with the Tim Burton version, could be done way better and way more imaginative and way more interesting and way more lighthearted, much like the Gene Wilder version was. And with Timothée Chalamet as Willy Wonka, I do think this has potential to be a really good movie. Do I even need to really say anything? I mean, it's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I love Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. I really liked the second Guardians of the Galaxy. And even though, as blasphemous as it is to say, I haven't seen the holiday special yet, but just from watching the trailers of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and watching how melancholy a lot of it is, this could be one of Marvel's most emotional movies since at least Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I enjoy both Ant-Man movies. I don't think they're amazing or one of Marvel's best, but I enjoyed them as solo side quests along the main Marvel route. But seeing the trailers for Quantumanium good God, it looks like we're going to entirely new worlds, seeing entirely new designs, and of course we're seeing Kang the Conqueror in all of his live action, awesome comic accurate costume glory. It looks so good. M. Night Shyamalan has made a lot of my favorite movies of all time, like The Sixth Sense and my personal favorite, Unbreakable. But he's also made a lot of my least favorite movies of all time, like The Last Airbender and Old. I have such bad memories of watching that movie. But with Knock at the Cabin, it does look like this is the ultimate coin flip of an M. Night Shyamalan movie. This is either going to be so good and so intriguing and so scary, or this is just going to be so bad that it might actually be laughable. Either way, I am all in. If you told me that when 2022 ended, one of the movies that I was most looking forward to and the trailer that I laughed the hardest at was the trailer for Barbie, I would have thought you were nuts. But this movie really does look so clever, so self-aware, and just so hilariously, I don't know, flamboyant that, God, all of the memes about this movie are really true, and like all of the memes say, I'm there day one. The Mission Impossible movies just keep getting better and better and better with each installment, to the point where a lot of people consider Mission Impossible Fallout to be one of the best action movies ever made. And considering the fact that just the trailer for Dead Reckoning Part 1 just filled me with so much awe and joy and legitimately gave me so much chills, oh my God, if this doesn't live up to Fallout, it might be one of the biggest disappointments in recent movie history. But if it lives up to it, oh my God, it's gonna be so satisfying. I think 2023 truly might be the year of part ones, because Across the Spider-Verse looks even better than the first Into the Spider-Verse movie. And that's saying a lot, because I love Into the Spider-Verse. I do think, honestly, it is objectively the best Spider-Man movie there is. And the fact that this movie looks so much bigger and we're going to so many other multiverses with so many other spider people, it just, oh my God, the potential that this movie has to just be a mind-blowing piece of not just animation, but also cinema itself. It looks so good. I love the Rocky movies, and more importantly, as it relates to this, I love the Creed movies. Possibly even more than most of the Rocky movies. I definitely think that Creed 2 is far superior than most of the other Rocky movies, arguably just slightly under Rocky 1 and Rocky Balboa in my opinion. But Creed 3 definitely has a lot of potential to be something very different than what we've ever seen in either the Rocky movies or the Creed movies. For one, it's the first movie without Sylvester Stallone, which I'm sort of on the fence about, but it does lead the way to focusing more on Adonis than just reenacting a lot of the Rocky movies, which you could argue that Creed 2 did a bit too much. But all said and done, I am so excited for Creed 3. The one movie hill that I am willing to die on is that John Wick, the series itself, is the best action movie series ever made. The first one was already amazing, but with every single installment, all two of them, they just got better and better and better and more insane, and the action got so much better and the visuals got so much better. And the fact that John Wick Chapter 4 is taking place in Japan, oh my God, the martial arts moves and just the cinematography that could be on display in this movie. Oh, I love John Wick so much. Christopher Nolan is definitely one of my favorite directors of all time. I can't really think of a movie that he's made that I didn't think wasn't at the bare minimum okay. And with Tenet, his 2020 release, I thought that was one of the best sci-fi movies I've seen in a while. And with Oppenheimer, the story of Oppenheimer, one of the most infamous people who have ever lived. Good God, the amount of drama that could be on display, especially with Cillian Murphy as Oppenheimer himself. There is just so much that I am looking forward to emotionally and visually about this movie. God, even just the trailers gave me chills. They gave nothing away in the trailers, and it still just made my heartbeat race and race and race and race and race. Oppenheimer is definitely the movie that I am most looking forward to in 2023. And again, as you've seen with my list, that's saying a lot. And those are my picks for the 10 movies of 2023 that I'm looking forward to the most. Let me know in the comments down below what movie you're looking forward to the most. And I can't wait for the first movie of 2023, Megan. Megan. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys really are the best. And make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon down below to stay up to date for a whole new year of all things movie, all things TV, all things nerd.